In today's video, we'll take a look at a dishwasher. Behind me is a Whirlpool. It's a very standard model. We will look at some of the functions as well as some good troubleshooting tips. We'll also go over some things that could go wrong and some very basic ways to fix them. The first thing it'll do when you start the cycle is run the drain pump. Depending on the model, it's going to either run the drain pump for a specific amount of time, or it'll run the drain pump while checking the water level. Once it's done draining, it's going to start filling with clean water. You can usually watch the water fill through the case brake on the side. This model has a Pelton wheel further down by the water inlet. The wheel will turn, giving a magnetic sensor a reading for every revolution. That will tell the machine exactly how much water has entered. If it cannot read the sensor, it will either underfill or overfill, and will shut down, overflow, or throw an error code. Once it's full, it will start to prime the wash pump. Sometimes you'll hear it turn on and off several times. At this point, it's trying to make sure it gets all the air out of the pump so that it can start washing properly. Once all the air is out, it's going to start washing. This machine has 3 zones: the top rack, the middle rack, and the bottom rack. It will wash one at a time, which gives it a higher pressure to concentrate on whichever rack that it's washing. The first part of the cycle is a rinse. It's just going to run some water over the dishes, flush off the big particles. After that, it will drain that water out of the machine, fill again. Several minutes into the cycle, it'll drain the rinse water, refill, and open the detergent dispenser. The most common problems I see on these are improper installation. The biggest issue is drain hose placement. The drain hose should be at a level above the drain in the sink. This way, if the sink backs up, it can't send dirty water into the machine. The other common problem would be if the drain hose was coming out of the machine going directly into the basement. This could lead to a siphon. The machine would start filling and never finish filling. It would keep filling forever and ever and probably would show an error code saying that it's filling slowly. This is usually because the water level gets up here and then immediately starts draining back out. A machine like this has a case brake that goes about this high. This will mitigate it to a point. It's always best to have an air gap at the top of the hose about sink level. Anytime a dishwasher is having trouble draining, the hardest part is seeing how fast the water is coming out. It's good to have a bucket. This one's collapsible. It's nothing at all to carry anywhere I go. Put the drain hose into the bucket, cancel the cycle. We can watch how fast the water flows. The most useful part about having a bucket like this is it's not always full height. Sometimes you only need a small bucket. Some drain hoses will have a check valve in one end. This will be either a rubber flap that will flap closed to only let water travel that way, never this way. Others are a ball and a valve. When the water flows outwards, the ball moves out of the way. When the water tries to flow inwards, the ball gets in the way and blocks off the entrance. A valve like that can easily get blocked So you're going to want to be able to check the inside of the hose to make sure there are no blockages. This hose does not have a check valve, but some of them do. One of the complaints you'll usually get is that the machine is leaking. There are several places it could leak. The first is it could leak from the corners of the door. There are gutters here and here. They dribble down these pans into hoses, into this drip pan right here. If we look at the drip pan, the hoses empty out here and here. They travel towards the center. In the center of the drip pan, this machine has a float. When this pan fills up, the styrofoam float pushes a plunger, setting off this micro switch. Other machines will have two metal probes that go into the pan. When water crosses both probes, it will trigger an alarm on the main board. Some other possible places a machine like this could leak are around the various O-rings. In or around the fill valve, or the sump seal itself. I usually start looking for leaks by checking for water spots. I'm not sure you'll be able to see them, but water, especially with minerals in it, will leave a trace of itself anywhere that it's been. This particular drip tray is higher in this area than it is here. If you see drips up here and down here, you know that the water has at least been this high. In this case, that water would have come from the edge of the doors. Water leaking from the door is usually nothing more than a machine that's not level. I find it's best to place the machine where it's leaning back just a little bit. This helps the racks stay inside when you open the door. They won't roll out on you. It also keeps the water inside. This machine is easier to check for level than others. Fill it with water. Check that the water stays within this rectangular area. If you see that it's pulling up towards the front, probably means that you're leaning forward a bit. If it's leaning forward, the splashing water will come up and over the tub and drip down into the drip pan. Another leak could be caused by a clogged spray arm. If a clog occurs in here, instead of spraying up at the dishes, it will spray outwards at the door. This could leak around the door or under. Check your spray arms to make sure there are no clogs. This is usually with food stuck in the spray arm. Just changes the spray pattern just enough where it can get out the door onto the floor. Nobody wants that. Sometimes a leak could be caused by the door gasket around the edge. There's a very simple way to check this. You're going to want to use a dry erase marker. Put some lines going around the door. If the seal is good, you'll find the marks that you made earlier are broken where the seal has rubbed the marker off. And since it's a dry erase marker, just give it a swipe and it's gone. This machine in particular has been known to have a bad heater element. The metal rings at the back of the tub where the heater element attaches have been known to break free, causing a leak towards the back of the machine. That's just a bit of the troubleshooting you can do on a dishwasher. I hope you found today's video helpful. Thank you.